12, we have your toes. So these 12 parts of the body are what are called the 12 zodiac signs, and they are what are called the 12 tribes of Israel. And they are also what is called the 12 months of the year. Literally, they are what, the 12 months of the year is the same as the 12 zodiac sign, and it's the same as number 1 to number 12, which is from hour 1 of the day to hour 12 of the day. So literally all these things, they mean the same thing. And in this particular planet, we come to build these 12 parts of the body. We come here to build these 12 parts of the body. And today I am here to do that particular experiment live here. I hope that the way I'm going to do this experiment, you're going to be able to grasp what I'm going to be talking about. Okay? Because, you know, I usually use my own props. I create my own props, and today these are what we're going to be using. It sort of looks like a crown when I was wearing it. This, it looks like a crown to me. But anyway, this is what we're going to be working with. And this, okay, so this is going to be representing you. And it is going to be, I'm going to be showing you how these things affect your life and your relationship that you have with these 12 parts of your body. These 12 parts of your body are what forms the 12 pillars of your life. They are the 12 tribes of Israel. When you hear the 12 tribes of Israel, we are talking about the 12 zodiac signs that form the 12 months of the year and also form the 12 hours of the day. So from this particular philosophy, we say the body is the same as the day and it's the same as the year. The 12 parts of the body is the same as the 12 hours of the day and it's the same as the 12 months of the year. So when you get that particular comprehension, then you're capable of building the body by using the 12 hours of the day and also using the 12 months of the year. And in Africa, these are divided into planting seasons and harvest seasons. So I am going to teach you about our own African calendar and how our planting seasons, they merge with the planting of the body. Because as we plant on the planet on Earth, the representation of Earth is our body on this particular planet. So as our parents and our grandparents used to plant, those particular seasons that they were using to plant and harvest are the same season that we use today. And one important thing to notice is that Africa is the only continent that gets 2 seasons a year. Meaning we have 2 planting seasons. We have the long rains we plant. We have the short rains we plant. And I'm going to tell you that relationship with your particular body so that you are aware. As the seasons run, you're also running your body so that you're not lost in the cosmic wave. You're not lost in the stars. You're not lost in space. So you are going to listen. And Europe has only 1 planting season a year. Why? Because they have winter. During winter, nothing grows. During winter, nothing grows. But Africans, we do not experience winter. And therefore, we have 2 planting seasons a year. And you must be in awareness of this. And today, as I even explain these 2 planting seasons that we have a year, you're going to see how it creates a difference between us and other races. How we are capable of building faster. How we were capable of moving from Stone Age direct into Iron Age without passing through bronze. How our ancestors were capable of producing fire. So literally, this particular topic is what talks about that holy science. And today I'm just here to do the experiment of what I have been teaching since the beginning of the year. We only have winter in one part of South Africa, like it's just South Africa that experiences winter. But us here in East Africa, West Africans, we don't experience winter. So know that, be aware of that. And South Africa experiencing winter has everything to do with the albedo effect there. The albedo effect that is there has everything to do with the reason why South Africans, they experience winter. Let's just call a spade a spade. Our actions on this particular planet is what causes climate change. And if you don't know about the albedo effect, go and read about the albedo effect so that you know that the more albedo effect you have, the more winter you will experience. So the fact that the south of Africa has a lot of albedo effect is very high, they experience winter. But as in East Africa, that is a foreign thing. Central Africa is a foreign thing. Northern Africa is a foreign thing. Western Africa is a foreign thing. So we experience 2 planting seasons a year. And listen as to why, because I'm going to be telling you about those planting seasons. So the planting seasons are divided into two. We have the long rains and the short rains. This is where the building of the zodiac signs come in. This is where the building of the 12 tribes of Israel come in. Because each and every season is a pointer to building particular parts of the body, particular pillars in your life, particular zodiac sign, particular tribes of Israel. People who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about as I talk about it. So I hope you are not lost. You are not lost. So thank you so much. People who are complimenting me in the comment section. Mwah, mwah. I love it. Thank you. So long planting season is from March. That is when we experience long rains. I want you to listen to this carefully before I even get to the experiment. We have March, April, and May. That is where we plant. That is when we start to plant. Now, what are we planting? March is representative of the head, the Aries, and it is authenticity. So listen to this. There are 12 pillars that we plant every year that represents the body. And what are these 12 pillars? Let me read them out to you, all of them, so that you listen. We have authenticity, we have support, we have self-thinking, we have feelings, we have love, we have analysis, we have balance, we have desire, we have vision, and then we have usage, we have knowledge, and we have belief. So among all of this, they are divided into 3. Not all, like for example, when we have the long rains, what are we doing? In April, in March, April, and May, what are we doing? Authenticity, support, and self-thinking. These are things that you must do. You must plant them in your body. These are things that don't just come to you as harvest. They are things that you harvest. They are things that you harvest, but you must plant. So what are you planting in March, April, and May? Authenticity, which will give you your head, your desired head. Self-support, which will give you your desired neck. And self-thinking, which will give you your desired arms. So these are what you're planting in the first long rains. And these are what the people who live in the southern hemisphere, I say southern hemisphere when the map is upside down. People who experience winter, let me tell you, people who experience winter, this they get to build. This they get to plant. Now, we have June, July, August. This is harvest. When you plant authenticity, guess what you will harvest? Feelings, self-feelings. So the moment you plant authenticity, self-feelings come naturally. The moment you plant love in April, in July, you harvest love. The moment you plant self-support in April, in July, you harvest love naturally. So literally, during the period of June, July, and August, you will be harvesting. You don't plant. During this period, you are achieving what you had planted. If in March you planted authenticity, in June you will harvest feelings. Self-feeling, which will build your chest. Meaning in March you planted your head. In June, you automatically inherit chest. In April, you plant your neck, your self-support. This is something you plant. Self-support is not something you pray about. Self-support is not something you sit in your house and you wish. Self-support is something you go out there and you do. That is what planting is about. Authenticity is something you go out there and you do. Self-thinking is something you go out there and you do. You don't sit to wait for it. Now, when you plant authenticity in March, in June, you inherit feelings during the harvest. When you plant neck, self-support in April, in July, you inherit, you harvest love, self-love. When you plant self-thinking, self-thoughts in May, in August, you inherit, you harvest self-analysis. Guys, are we together? Are we together? Kindly. Are we on the same page? Are we comprehending this particular planting season and harvest season? Good. So that is the first planting season and harvest. First planting season and harvest that is covered by long rain starts from March, April, May, June, July, August. Now what is rain? Rain is emotions. The universe is constantly throwing emotions. When you see that there's long rains, just know that people are crying. Long rains are literally tears. And it is tears, it is emotions that is capable of growing. So when we are experiencing the long rains, this is how the world is built. This is how our ancestors built this world to run. So you must stay in awareness of it when something is happening, because we are not here to build afresh. We are here to ride the horses that were ridden already. So the day they remain the way they are, it is us just coming to harvest it. That's why you see those Egyptian things. Isis, you can post the Egyptian things, the Egyptian, the Kemetic symbols of how rain is harvested. I have posted a couple of them in the subspace. So if you are able to access, you can post them so that people can see. The way the sun, yes, Tanisha has posted there. That is how ancient Africans used to harvest from the sun. We harvest from the day. The day is representative of the sun. The sun is representative of the day. We harvest like that. The way that Tanisha has posted that particular image that you see in the comment section. Thank you so much for people who are becoming subscribers. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Rita, for subscribing. Okay, so after the short rains, after we have experienced the long rains, now we get to the short planting season, the short rains. And here what is planted? Self-balance. Self-balance in September. October you plant self-desire. In November you plant self-vision. So these are the things you do. In September, the astrological placements are already there to support you to do this. By the way, guys, when I'm talking about this, I'm saying that the astrological placements are already aligned. The planets are already aligned for you to have an easy time doing this during these particular times of the month. For example, if you're somebody, you want to balance yourself in January, it will be very difficult because the planets are not aligned. Eve, thank you so much, Mr. Eve. Thank you so much for sending subscriptions. I appreciate it. Guys, are you comprehending whatever I am trying to say? When you want to balance yourself, you cannot do it in somewhere like April. April comes with the astrological placement. And stars are aligned for self-support in April. Stars are aligned for self-thinking in May. Stars are aligned for self-feeling in June. Stars are aligned for self-loving in July. Stars are aligned for self-analysis in August. And in September now, stars are aligned for self-balance. You're working on your nyash. You're working on your nyash in September. In October, you're working on your private parts, which is self-desire. Your nyash is your self-balance and your self-confidence. So in September, the stars are aligned for you to work on your self-confidence, which is representative of your nyash. In October, the stars are aligned for you to work on your self-desire, which is representative of your private parts. And then on November, the stars are aligned for you to work on your self-vision, how you see yourself, which is representative of your thighs. When you do that, now this is what Africans are able to do. This is another planting season that is extra for Africans. Do you know why African women have bigger nyash than everybody else? Because this planting season, we have an extra time to do it. In Europe now, it is too cold. It is now becoming too cold to plant nyash in Europe. It is becoming too cold to plant self-desire in Europe. It is becoming too cold to plant self-vision in Europe. So when you cross over to Africa, we have this planting season. We get two. We don't know, the reason why we get two is because our ancestors are ancient. They've made more cycles. To have melanin is to be more ancient. So comprehend the reason why even our beauty standards are different. Comprehend the reason why we look different. You see what the Europeans don't have? They have the first planting seasons they have. They have the season where they can plant the head, they can plant the neck, they can plant the arms. They have the season where they can plant the chest, they can plant the heart, and they harvest the chest, they harvest the heart, and they harvest the stomach. But then when it comes to the second planting season, look at what is being planted. Self-balance, nyash. Look at what is being planted, the private parts, desire, self-desire. Look at what is being planted, the self-vision, ability to see yourself, the thighs. They don't plant that because now to them the winter is now already knocking. And these are what, when you plant this, now guess what you inherit? You inherit in December. When you plant in September, you plant your nyash. In December, you inherit your needs, your self-usage. In September, you plant your balance, your confidence. In December, you inherit ability to use yourself. In October, you plant self-desire. In October, you plant self-desire. In January, you inherit self-knowledge. You have to desire yourself to know yourself. In November, you plant self-vision, your thighs. In February, you inherit your toes, which is self-belief. You only believe what you see. So you have to plant vision in order for you to believe. Anybody who is telling you to believe without seeing is lying to you. That's a clickbait. That is somebody who wants to throw you off balance and throw you into the black hole. For you to harvest self-belief, you must plant self-vision. So guys, see what this second part, the climate of Europe does not allow. Now comprehend the advantages we have as Africans. Because the Vatican is keeping this thing from you so much that we become, as much as they are not planting nyash, they are not planting private parts, they are not planting ties, they want us to also not plant them. So that we become, you know, not at the top. But Africans are supposed to be at the top. Like literally, get used to me saying that. Because that is what it is. Majority rule on this particular planet. And who are the majority? Africans are the majority on this particular planet. Now somebody's saying, how do you plant? You do. Taking action. Taking action. Taking action. And taking action is present in every Tuesday. Mars Day. Mars is always there every Tuesday to help you take action. The 7 days a week, you use them to take action towards yourself, but from different angles. So you must do authenticity. You must do self-support. You must do self-thinking. These are things you must do. You must practice self-thinking. You must practice self-support. You must go out there and support yourself. You must go out there and be authentic. These are things you must plant. That is how you plant. By going out there and doing it so that people can see it. So that your parents can see that you're authentic. Your parents can see that, oh, this one thinks for themselves. The people who associate with you can see that, oh, this one is very self-supportive. These are things you do. You plant them. And when you plant authenticity, support, and self-thinking, you harvest feelings, love, and analysis. And it is analysis that helps you to balance yourself. A lot of people, they have big stomachs and small nyash. Why? Because the entire energy is in the stomach. It takes your ability to analyze yourself from the stomach to distribute that energy into your nyash. The energy leaves your stomach immediately into your nyash, guys. It leaves the stomach immediately into your nyash. So if you're somebody who you don't analyze yourself because you don't think for yourself, the energy will be there. Itapiga kambi hapo. The energy will sit there like it is a throne there. It will remain on your stomach, not being distributed anywhere. And this is the same effect that even men who cannot self-analyze and don't have women in their life to help them self-analyze, they develop a big stomach, representative of the energy that is not analyzed. They're just living life and analyzing like drunkards. And then it stays there. So now the energy is not distributed to the nyash. Remember, nyash comes after Virgo, self-analysis, which is the stomach. So the energy that goes to the self-balance, it comes from the self-analysis. The moment you keep analyzing yourself, you get that self-balance immediately, on default. Because even if you have excess energy here, you eat too much, you can analyze yourself so much that instead of your stomach being the one that is big, now it's your nyash that is the one that is big. Because you can push all that energy into your nyash. You can push all that energy into your nyash. How? By analyzing yourself. Leaving no stone unturned when it comes to self-analysis. Are we together, guys? As Africans, I want you to know the astrological placements and how they work in your favor. Because at the end of the day, when you use the 12 months in a year, you're capable of building the 12 parts of your body. Your body. Of your body. One tortoise has its shell subdivided like that. The tortoise has its shell subdivided into 13. To mean that by the time you're finished with the 12 months, you form space. You've created space. and you graduate, your body graduates, your body upgrades like an iPhone. You come from iPhone 13, you go to 14. You come from iPhone 7, you go to 8. Like, I'm just giving that as an example because that is the usual upgrade that we have. The 12 months of the body, the 12 hours of the day, the 12 parts of the body, and the 12 months of the year, they all create one space that upgrades your physical vessel. So you glow up, you glow up, you glow up. But if you're somebody who you are failing in the 12 months, you're failing in the 12 parts of the body, you're failing in the 12 hours of the day, you don't inherit anything, you don't plant anything, you don't harvest anything, you will degrade. As years go by, you downgrade. As years go by, you downgrade. As years go by, you downgrade. You glow down, you glow down. But if you're somebody who you are harvesting these things actively, as years go by, you upgrade, you glow up, you glow up, you glow up. So it's upon you. It's your own decision. It's your own individual decision. Now with me, this particular crown, I like it because it looks like a crown, baby girls. So this is what I'm going to be using. This is what the day looks like, and this is what the 12 parts of the body look like, and this is what the 12 months of the year looks like. We have 12 pillars here. As I'm going to start counting from this big one, you're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? We have 12 parts of the body, 12 hours of the day, and 12 months of the year. Now, this is what creates. This particular thing is what creates. Now, what are the 12 parts of your body? When we mix them together, they form different persons, guys. When we mix them together, the 12 parts of your body, the 24 hours of the day, which is 12 night and 12 dark, and then the 12 months of the year, when we mix all these things, it forms, every month you have a different person. Every month is a different you. You don't look the same every month. And if you started to take videos and take note of this, you will notice that every month there are changes that occur within you. So what are those changes? Those changes are representative of different personalities. For example, your self that is authentic is its individual self. You have an individual. Now this is you. I'm going to be using this as you. This one is you. You are an individual. You are at the center of these 12 different versions of yourself. So in January, for example, this is Aries. In March, during the first planting season, this is Aries. This is how your body is facing. As we move on, we're going to Taurus. Your body is the one moving now. Your body is the one that will move. You start from Aries to plant. This is a version of you that is authentic. You move to a version of you that supports you. You move to a version of you that thinks for itself. You move to a version of you that feels you. You move to a version of you that loves you. You move to a version of you that analyzes you. You move to a version of you that balances you. You move to a version of you that desires you. You move to a version of you that sees you. You move to a version of you that uses you. You move to a version of you that knows you. You move to a version of you that believes in you. Then you come back to the version of you that is authentic. So every year, this is what you are doing. Every year, this is what your body does. It just moves from the version of you that is authentic to the version of you that supports itself. From the version of you that supports itself to the version of you that thinks for itself. From the version of you that thinks for itself to the version of you that feels itself. From the version of you that feels itself to the version of you that loves itself. From the version of you that loves itself to the version of you that analyzes itself. From the version of you that analyzes itself to the version of you that balances itself. From the version of you that balances itself to the version of you that desires itself. From the version of you that desires itself to the version of you that sees itself. From the version of you that sees itself to the version of you that uses itself. From the version of you that uses itself to the version of you that knows itself. From the version of you that knows itself to the version of you that believes in itself. And then you go back, you birth another. The next year you are now birthing another authenticity. And the circle goes and it continues. And the more you create, the more you expand. The more you create, the more you are expanding. The more you are creating, the more you are expanding. But the more you don't create, the more you are descending. The more you don't create, the more you are descending. The more you don't create, the more you are descending. The more you don't create, the more you are descending. So the movement is either you're moving north or south. You're moving north or south. And you can always see it in people's faces. There are people as the years go by, they get uglier. There are people, as the years go by, they get more beautiful. And it is always the writings on the walls. Now, the most important thing that I want you to notice from here, guys, the most important thing that I want you to notice from here is you have different versions of yourself. So now, as you live this life, literally, you need to be aware of all of them at once. Are you aware of all of them at once? Are you aware of the version of you that is authentic, the version of you that is supportive of you? Are you aware? Do you know them? Do you know their aesthetics? Can you dress each and every one of them differently? Do you have a relationship with them? Because there are some of you who this circle is not strong. There are some people who this circle is not strong. This circle is disintegrated. The version of them that is authentic is upside down so much that it has issues with the version of them that balances itself. There are people who this is a war zone. This is a war zone. The version of them that is believing of themselves, the version of themselves that is supportive of themselves is at the corner, is not even present. It's the version of you that supports itself even alive. Because remember, the Vatican is there to make sure that you have a war zone going on here. But it is a It is the 7 that builds the 12. Every month you get 7 days, 7 days a week, 7 days a week, 7 days a week. So much that in 1 week, that is 7 days. In 1 month you have 4 weeks. So that particular monthly movement is the cycle of the woman. It is the cycle of now expansion, working at the cradles, working at the ground level, working on the foundation. Because the 7 days a week, they come with different planets every day to encourage you to work, to help you work on different parts now at the individual level. It's like the 369 rule, the golden ratio, where at the very basic level, at the very bottom of the pyramid, more work is happening. More work is happening. So it's the 7 days a week that forms a whole full circle that you repeat 4 times in a month. 7 days a week is what forms a whole full circle, and this whole full circle, you repeat it 4 times a month. Why 4 times a month? Because you have a season of planting, harvesting, planting, harvesting. So literally you have a season where you are increasing, and then you decrease, and then you increase, and then you decrease to form a full circle. Circle within a circle within a circle, guys. 7 days is the circle within the circle of a month. That is within a circle of a year. So it's always repetition. Repetition with different themes. We have repetition with different themes. Every single month we have different themes. Every single month we have different themes. Every single month we have different themes. Every single month different themes. Are we together, guys? Let me put this on. Are we together up to that particular point? Is it too late to plan? Get with the astrological alignment. Align. The planet does not align with you. You align with the planet. The astrological placements, they do not align with you. You must align with them. Remember, they're always happening, guys. The astrological placements, they're always happening. Whether you are aware that they're happening or not, they're always happening. So, okay, let me put this in a way that, okay, I'm comfortable. So, as long as you are moving, as long as you are in awareness, the Vatican is there to make sure you are not aware. When you are not aware, you are walking like a drunkard. You don't know what is happening. But when you are aware now, you are harvesting. Isis, can you send that harvesting, those harvesting pictures? Send as much as possible so that the people who are not present in Isis can see it in the comment section. This is how you harvest. You must be present to harvest. There are people who, when it is planting season, they don't plant. Puothi, be como, be puro, be como, be puro, be como. There are people who, when it is time to plant, when it's time to dig, to prepare the ground, they don't do it. Why? Because they are not even in awareness of it. They are not aware that we are supposed to be harvesting from the sun. The sun is shining, we are harvesting. Some people, the sun is shining, instead of them harvesting, they're not even aware that people are harvesting. So they are moving through life blind. It's like you're playing Temple Run. You're playing Temple Run, but you're not hitting any coins. You're playing Temple Run. You're playing Temple Run, but you're not hitting any coins. If you're not aware of the astrological placement, because these astrological placements, they are happening whether you are aware of them or not. Whether you are aware it is happening or not, it is happening. My people. Yes, thank you. That's enough. That's enough, Tanisha. I hope you are capable of seeing when ISIS are putting that particular image on the ground. You're capable of seeing how that harvesting occurs on a daily basis. And awareness is key. Awareness is key so that you step into the cosmic duet and now you make the day your bitch. When you're aware you make the day your bitch, it works for you. You say you are the one who's now dictating. You're aware that, oh, on Tuesday I'm supposed to be using myself. Now you channel that accordingly. You channel it accordingly. You become very intentional about it. But when you're not aware, the day makes you its bitch. You become a victim of circumstances. You become somebody who, whatever happens, happens. You know, and you know when you are not, when somebody else is aware and you're not aware, you cannot win against somebody who's aware. Guys, you cannot win against somebody who is aware and you are not aware. When I am aware and you are aware, it's a fight now. Let the best win. Let the one with the best brain win. But when I'm aware and you're not aware, there's no way you're winning against me. No way. No way, no way. And this is what the Vatican has been doing. This is what the Vatican has been doing, that we must wake up from, my people, we must wake up from and know what is happening, so that we are capable of harnessing the energies. Yes, knowledge is power, literally. And as you are collecting the day, you do not even need to be in trouble with anyone. Outside protection is an illusion. Outside protection is an illusion. It does not exist. The moment you start working and harvesting the day for yourself, nobody can take that away from you. This is why Christians, they are preaching things in upside down. They're always saying, as long as you have Jesus, nothing can happen to you. It's true, but upside down, as long as you are harvesting from the day, as long as you are using the planets every day as they come, 7 days a week. On Monday, you have the moon. On Tuesday, you have Mars. On Wednesday, you have Mercury. On Thursday, you have Jupiter. On Friday, you have Venus. On Saturday, you have Saturn. Sunday, you have the sun. As long as you're working with those planets every day, nobody can take you out. It's only you that can take yourself out. It's only you that can take yourself out. Somebody is asking, so tomorrow we move our thighs and feet and expand. Tomorrow is Thursday. Me and my students, we always call it Thighs Day, because literally on Thursday you expand. You utilize your thighs. How is thighs connected to expansion? It is your thighs that you use to visualize yourself. And how do you visualize yourself? As you walk on this particular planet, as you visualize the planet, you're visualizing yourself. And the planet exists in a lot of plane. It can be astral plane. It can be the physical plane. It can be the emotional plane, the waters. It can be whichever plane that you decide to expand through. And the easiest way to expand is to try and protect yourself. Your ability to protect yourself leads you to immediate expansion. Because if somebody attacks you, and you actively protect yourself, you'll never be the same again. You would have expanded from a version of you that did not know that you could be attacked to a version of you that actually defended itself from the attack, and now you are immune. You know, if you're a biologist, you know the process of developing an antidote. The easiest way the body develops an antidote is by becoming immune to something that has previously attacked it. It attacks you, your white blood cells who fights it and develops immunity towards it, natural immunity, so much that anyone else that will ever attempt to attack you like that will never win. That is literally what forgiveness is about. Forgiveness is your ability to make sure that nobody else will ever get away with whatever whatever hurt you experience. Nobody else will never do to you and get away with what somebody subjected you to. That is how you forgive yourself. And that is how you forgive people. If you do me dirty, I forgive you by making sure that nobody else will ever do me dirty the way you did me dirty. By making sure that I develop immunity towards your dirt. So much that nobody else will ever do me dirty the way you do me dirty. That is true forgiveness. Making sure that you develop immunity towards the attack. And the body does that naturally. The body that has a natural process that it does that on its own. People who study biology, people who study microbiology, biotechnology, you know this. Once the body has healed from a bacteria, from a pathogen, it develops natural immunity against that particular pathogen. So much that no other pathogen of similar identity will ever attack it again. That is what is true forgiveness. Some people you forgive and then you take the same thing. You eat your own vomit. You forgive, you allow people to do the same thing to you over and over again. That is not forgiveness. That is not forgiveness. Do no evil, accept no evil. Your ability to accept no evil after evil has been done to you, making sure you'll never accept that similar evil again, that is what forgiveness is. It's for you. You forgive for you. Do you forgive by punishing? No. Okay, you can forgive whichever ways you want. Me, I don't know about anybody, like I don't know the cards that you're being dealt. Now that depends on the cards that you're dealt. I will never tell you turn the other cheek. But you do you, man. As long as you can sit with your inner Kiama and answer the questions, as long as you can sit in the court of your brain and answer all the questions that are being presented successfully. Do you? Do you? Because at the end of the day, it's a jungle. It's a jungle. It's a jungle that we live on. I view all as a lesson. Yes, forgiveness is immunity. Yes, I'm so proud of Kenyans. You have set the pace. Thank you. At individual level, there are no right or... Yes, there are no good people or bad people here on this particular planet. There are only people who can do evil and those that can take evil and those that do no evil and accept no evil. We only have 3 caliber of people. Those who do evil, those who take the evil, and those who do no evil and take no evil. So we call them the narcissists, the empaths, and then the androgynous, the balanced, the autistics. How do we accept and love ourselves as Black female African? Awaken the Isis within. Awaken the Isis within. Stop acknowledging that Mary, mother of Jesus, is real. Because as long as you are a Black woman and you are admitting with your mouth that Mary, mother of Jesus, is the one, is the ISIS for you, then you are selling your own identity free of charge. Know who Isis is, the mother of horrors, and know that you are that. Awaken the Isis power in you. Wow, I was just thinking about how do I forgive myself properly? By ensuring that you are immune to that type of attack. Whatever attack that happened against you, forgive by ensuring it never happens again from anyone. Be it the person who did it or any other person. Yes. It's awesome when you see it for what it is. Yes. Talk about addiction. Addiction is literally... Addiction is a void. Literally, addiction and void are one and the same thing. Out of these 12 houses, you might find somebody who they don't have this one. They don't have this one. Okay? So instead of them actually growing it from scratch so that it grows and stands, they fill this with something else. they fill this with something else. They find something else to distract them. They are supposed to be planting self-support. They're supposed to be doing things that are supporting them. They're supposed to be doing things that make them authentic, but they are not capable of doing that. Why? Because they live in a contaminated environment. So they are not capable of self-supporting. So instead of growing self-support from scratch by actually doing whatever, there's always a solution to everything. They instead do what? Turn to something to fill this void, something to make them feel like they're self-supporting from whichever dimension. And the more they fill this void, the more it grows. Whatever you dwell on swells on. Whatever you dwell on swells on. It can be Leo, it can be love. Somebody doesn't love themselves. They don't have it. Instead of growing it, they are filling it with something else. So it's always, addiction is always something missing in the 12 houses, and that person doesn't want to face it. They don't want to face that something is missing so that they grow it from scratch, because they don't want to grow from scratch. So what do? They fill the void. That is all what addiction is. What are the 12 houses? Let me wear my crown, girls. Somebody is asking me, what are the 12 houses? The 12 houses are the 12 pillars. Okay, let me tell you. The 12 houses, they come from the holy science. The holy science talks about the body is the same as the year and is the same as the day. The body is the same as the year and is the same as the day. The body is the same as the day and is the same as the year. So what do that mean? 12 parts of the body. We have 12 parts of the body. It starts from the head, the neck, the arms, the chest, the heart, the stomach, the pelvic area, which is the nyash, the private parts, the thighs, the knees, the heel, and the toes. Those form the 12 parts of the body. Your body is formed of the 12 parts. Those 12 parts of the body, they are what is represented by the 12 hours of the day. The 12 hours of the day from hour 1 up to hour 12 comes to help you work on those 12 parts of the body at a day level. And then the 12 months of the year, they also come to help you work now on the 12 parts of the body at a magnified level. So at the end of the day, you have the 12 zodiac signs, which is the 12 tribes of Israel. These are the 12 gods that are there to uplift humanity and to make sure that humanity is moving flawlessly. Now, when these gods are killed, some of them are killed, when some of these gods, are uprooted, then we end up with a world that is in chaos. But if all these gods are intact and in circular form like this, then we form a cosmic rhythm that is loved from every part of the world. This person is talking about addiction so much. Yes, addiction is a void. Addiction is a void that is filled using something. Yes. Yes. Yes, world peace. World peace is possible, my dear. It's possible. It just needs the 12 houses to align. The 12 houses to align. Autism is a product of narcissism and empathy. People who do evil, when people who do evil without taking that evil, and people who accept evil without doing that evil, meaning weak people and strong people, when they join together, they give birth to something that is half evil and half godly. And literally that is what autism is all about. Autism are the parents, a pudding of the parents. So literally there are people who are capable, because at the end of the day, what do we come here? We come here to balance, do no evil, accept no evil. So if people who do evil and people who accept evil give birth, they are likely to give birth to kids who do no evil and accept no evil. So that is what autism is about. That's like embracing your true north node. Yes. Whatever they read in the birth charts, yes. I love your artificial crown. Thank you. I also think it looks cute. Do you think all who do evil will face those consequences of the deed? Anybody who lives by the sword dies by the sword. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You do evil, evil will be done unto you. Literally, that's how the universe is. Law of attraction. Whatever you do, that's how you die. Whatever you live by, that's how you die. Do you think all who do evil will face those consequences? Oh, yeah, that's what I've just answered. Can one cure? Autism is not a disease. Why would you cure something that is not a disease? It's like fixing what is not broken. Well, if you want to fix autism, fix yourself. If you've given birth to a child who is autistic, fix yourself. You, the parent, is the one that needs fixing, not the child. Do ancestors demand alcohol? Is that the same with alcoholism? Whatever alcoholism, too much of everything is usually dangerous. Even too much of water. Even too much of water makes your cells too flaccid. So much that there is no concentration, there's no conch anymore. So too much of anything is dangerous, guys. Avoid over-engaging. Avoid extremism. Stay connected to all but attached to none. Your ability to want to attach, that is what brings extremism. That now it's called alcoholism. Any politics of the zoom. Know that is extremism. You're just going to the extreme levels. But on this particular planet, you're advised to stay where you are connected to all and attached to none. That is the best path to live on. The moment you start attaching too much, you deteriorate and you become retrogressive. Stay connected to all and attached to none. Swiri, but colonizers haven't been punished. How do you know? How do you know that colonizers have not been punished? Which people have the most weirdest diseases on this particular planet? Or what is punishment to you guys? Which people live on the part of the world that is the worst when it comes to environment and weather and climatic changes? Which people live on part of the world that experiences the most natural calamities? What is punishment to people? Me, I don't know what people think punishment is. The universe is always doing its part. It's just that you're either too bitter, you don't want to see it, or you're just seeing it for what it truly is. The writings are always on the walls. The war is not yours. This planet of ours, it self-cleanses every 12 years. Every 12 years, there's a self-cleansing. Every 12 years, there's a self-cleansing. And there's no accidents. There are never accidents. When you see there are floods and people are being flooded, the people who find themselves in those situations of floods, it's not a coincidence. It's the universe that placed them there at that particular time so that they experience that in that particular time. There are no particular accidents on this particular planet. So never take justice into your own hands and feel like, oh, I'm the one who needs to punish or whatever. Do what you need to do behind closed doors and then move. Keep it moving. Do what you need to do behind closed doors for the good of yourself and with harm to none. And then keep it moving. Keep it moving. Rejection is protection, my dear. Rejection is protection. One thing I'll tell you, even about one thing that I know, when I've read a lot of philosophical books about witches and whatever, and the things that they naturally did to protect themselves. Literally, the smell. You know, smell, when something smells terrible to you, that is a natural indication that that thing is rejecting you. And why would something reject you if it is terrible for you? Rotten foods, they're always telling you, hey, don't even try eat me. Don't even try eat me. So some people will start crying that, oh, rotten food told me not to eat it. Rotten food rejected me. I'm unlovable, I'm unlovable. Nobody wants me. Why? Because rotten food smells so bad, you couldn't eat it. Rejection is protection. Whenever something is rejecting you, please be happy. Because trust me, if it would have accepted you, and when you force acceptance from people who have rejected you, you are in hot soup. You are in a frying pan. If we live in a country that experiences winter, can we still work on every part of the body? Yes, you can. Now, awareness is key. Awareness is key. As long as you're aware of what is being done to the 12 parts of the body, you can even do it from jail. You can even do it from jail. But always know that what causes winter is the albedo effect. That is the only thing that causes winter in this particular planet. And winter is hell. Winter is hell. So when hell is appearing in your country, know that the albedo effect in your country is very high. You live among people who are naturally sun blocking, screen blocking. Sunscreen, they are skin blocking knowledge. They are blocking knowledge by force. They are making sure that the knowledge is impermeable, their brains is impermeable. Knowledge cannot penetrate. Where knowledge cannot penetrate, it becomes cold as fuck. And that is what albedo effect is all about. Yeah, and there are people who they cannot live in places that are not ice. Why? Because their entire existence is founded on lies. Guys, we are who we are. We are intentions of our ancestors. There are people whose ancestors were fucking, and when their ancestors were busy fucking, they were thinking about how black people are the worst people on this planet, how black people should be erased, how that history book should be burnt. And that is those are the intentions that created certain people. Certain people were born when their ancestors were getting horny over the hate they have for black people. So what are they? They are basically built from DNA that refuses knowledge. Their DNA is built in a way that knowledge no. Anytime you are talking about the truth, they don't want to hear it. No truth. And they are spiritually built like that. That is what albedo effect is about. If you haven't read on albedo effect, go read on albedo effect and know that is how the environment is affected. Some people think that climatic conditions are foreign. We are the ones who are affecting the climate. When we keep the albedo effect high, we are affecting the climate. When we keep the albedo effect low, then the planet is capable of receiving a lot of sunlight. When the planet is capable of receiving a lot of sunlight, it has the capability of alchemizing that particular, the sun is creative energy. It helps to create, that's all it does. But India has weird diseases also. India and colorism, are you aware? Were you in TikTok when we got on TikTok the first time? Because literally when we got on TikTok the first times, we saw the world for what it was. It is this app that has transformed the world. We got here and Indians and colorism was rotten level. South Indians live like slaves in their own country. Why? Because they are darker. So when you do that to your own people, because South Indians are the same, they are Indians as well, but Indians who are light-skinned, they hate them. They hate the fact that they even share genetics with them. So how can you not have weird diseases? How can you not? We are a product of the decisions our ancestors made and the ones that we continue to make. Yes, the sunscreen, it's literally from the name. Somebody is asking, so the sunscreens we apply are blocking sun. From the name, it is a sunscreen. What is the sun? The sun is literally knowledge. As the sun hits your skin, there are philosophers in Asia who are teaching this to their people. But then not everyone is asleep in this particular world. The other day I came across a YouTube video of an Asian professor teaching university students about how please try get sun. Even if it is burning your skin. She was telling them even if it is burning your skin, please just take it. It is more helpful to you than it is detrimental. Why? Because that is knowledge. The sun gives you knowledge into your skin direct. Anytime you're applying sunscreen, you're saying, I'm blocking that particular knowledge. I don't want it in my skin. It is what it is. And some people, because they are reprobate minds, they think, a lot of people who defend sunscreens are people who think they are elites. They are They are the pesetas of society. And a lot of them think all this knowledge has made you quite dumb. You've lost sight of the truth for a temporary lump sum. I'll tell you that for free. Because a lot of people who are always seen defending sunscreen are always people who, they are just normal human beings who have made it in life, who are doing things that are huge out there, and they normalize sunscreen so much. Because all this intelligence has made you quite dumb. You've lost sight of the truth. And a lot of them are European black people. Black people who want to be European so bad. Those are the ones that promote sunscreen so bad. As if us here in Africa who don't use sunscreen, we die. And they are applying sunscreen so bad in America. They are applying sunscreen in Europe, where it is already cold. They are applying sunscreen there in summer. Every summer you see them on TikTok. Hey, sunscreen here, sunscreen here. And they have their people that follow them and adore. I've never been banned, and I live in an equator. I get allergic reaction from sunscreen because you're not meant for it. I will always tell you that the ancestors are always busy protecting their own. Some of us, we could not donate blood in high school. Me personally, I was always willing to donate blood, but there was something would always go wrong when I'm about to donate blood. The ancestors are always protecting their own. When something is not working for you, you are not supposed to. Let other people do it. Let other people do it. But if you find difficulty doing it, know that you come from ancestors that is alive, protecting you in broad daylight, even without your awareness. Whenever you are experiencing a sunburn, guys, whenever a sun burns you, don't take it as a negative thing. If you ever experience a sunburn, just know that there's something so psychologically within you that needed to be burnt off. Know that is helpful. Nurse that particular wound back to life and know that you've now become immune. And whatever you needed, the sun has given it to you. The sun does not just burn anyone. The sun knows who it is burning. The sun knows who it burns. What does a dream of teeth falling out mean? You dreaming that your teeth are falling out means that there's something in your life that is you are having a problem digesting. Something is happening in your life and you are digesting it very poorly, so much that it is taking your teeth out. I sit in it every morning. Me too. They say it causes premature aging. Nonsense. Have you seen South Sudanese? Have you seen the way South Sudanese women, they look like little girls? South Sudanese women who are 20-something years old, 28, 20 what? Look like youngings. So please also just use your head. Use your ability to think for yourself. That's a pillar that you have. Don't just be somebody who you hear people saying something and you take it. Even me, don't just listen to me and take it. Go do your own research. Be somebody who you're willing to think for yourself. Don't always be somebody who everybody thinks for you, because this world you will be confused. It is in this world that you will meet somebody saying that, oh, by the way, honey is very good for you. Take honey. Drink honey every day in the morning, and you scroll 2 minutes. Honey causes cancer. Honey is very terrible for your brain development. Don't be somebody who you're just listening to people. People, when they take their phones, they can say anything. And as I always say, as I was telling someone very close to me, whenever you are listening, especially on social media, like right now, I am speaking to myself. Do you know it's myself that I'm looking at right now as I speak here? It is not you guys that I'm seeing. And that is what happens when people create content. Somebody just put their phone in front of them, and who are they speaking to? Themselves, first of all. So whenever you are watching any video on social media, think of that first. Anybody that is speaking on social media is speaking to themselves before they speak to anybody. So now your work is take what resonates, shop. Be like you're shopping in a supermarket. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't be a person who you just like bandera in a photo paper. Just like a flag following the wind. Your flag following the wind. We're just going, have the pillar. Your arms. Your ability to think for yourself. Develop that. Develop that, because here everybody's interacting with themselves. Sudanese women also have the most melanin, though. What about people who have less melanin? So now, if you have less melanin, you know if it has been colorism has favored you for almost 600, 800 years. If you have less melanin, know that it is your time to suffer. You guys are not going to be having a good time as we continue, because you've had a good time for the past 800 years. It's not gonna be the world. We live in a dual world. What you do is what you get. What your ancestors did is the repercussions of that is what you take. What goes around comes back around. And me, I'll just tell you for free. You guys are about to become regulars on this planet. You know, because you guys, the less melanin thing is more light. So it means that when the world was thriving off of, you know, beauty without brains, you guys were the most favored, because, you know, the moment you're light skin over there, the world considered you naturally beautiful because, you know, you could not be combative. You're not combative, you're not talkative, you're not, you know, supportive. You don't speak as much as black women who have melanin do, that the ones that have been called crazy for the past 800 years. So now the world is heading towards a place where now the speaking ones, the ones who can speak, the ones who can make moves, the ones who can create, the ones who can, and guess who are those? Those are the dark ones. Those are the dark ones. The ones who are cooking chicken while KFC, the KFC girl was now the face. The light skin have always been the faces. And then you find the dark skins are the voices that are in the background. Even in Disney, you find that dark skins, they are at the back, singing, removing the voices, while the ones who are lip syncing are at the front, the light skin one. You had your time, baby girls. Now the astrological movements are shifting a little bit. Yeah, that's, oh my God. I don't even want to talk about the Nara Smith situation, but that is what is happening. But the writings are always on the walls. A lot of inventions that you saw white people recorded themselves as they were the ones who created. It was black people in the background, in chains, creating them in the laboratory, and then them taking credit. And when we got on TikTok, that was the trend that was even happening. But right now, Sirius is back. You cannot just take someone's work and present it as your own. People will see it where it was posted originally. And then people will see you where you've stolen it. And then people will make comparisons. And then people will find you as a thief. Yeah, if you are bleaching, please divert. People who are bleaching, and I'm telling you, there was a time where bleaching was favorable. It favored your ancestors. There are your ancestors who protected themselves through that. And it was amazing. But let me tell you something. It's no longer working. It's no longer going to work for you. This world is now going to run on intuition before memory. We are no longer running on memory without intuition now. And when intuition comes into the picture, we have the black girls. Black girls are a black girl with a black girl. Took a little silence, just look like this. God say your age. That is the theme for the next 800 years. Guys, it's not even going to be at in the next 20 years where you can wait it out. It is the next 800 years. So if you know that you are benefiting out of life is out of colorism, the way there's this girl who was talking. What's her name? She's American. Okay, this was the story. She told another girl who was dark skinned. Me, I was not taking side in that story, but I'm just using it as an example. Ekane. This Ekane girl. She was telling the truth. She just told the truth that, I'm a light-skinned woman. And because I'm a light-skinned woman, I'm already at the top of the bar. She told the truth. But guess what? Things are changing. And her telling the truth about that was just to dawn it down on you that is how we've been living for the past 500 years. But things are changing. What are your views on interracial kids? I always say interracial, people who are the in-between, Asia. These are all kids of Nephthys. These are all children of Nephthys. You only give birth to Nephthys if you have the capability of standing on the fence. You have the capability of not taking sides when you don't need to take sides, and taking sides when you need to take sides. Mistress. Nephthys is the mistress. Remember, this is African story. We have Isis, Osiris, Nephthys, and Set. So Nephthys is the god. She's the kingmaker. She's the mistress. She's the one that declares the winner. She's the one that declares the winner. The one who loves themselves the most. Because the war is between who? Osiris and Set. Not Osiris. Okay, Osiris and Set and Horus. The war is between Osiris, which is vegetation, Set, which is the white man, and Horus, which is the black man. That is where the war is. So Horus is here to avenge the death of Osiris. The black man is here to avenge the death of vegetation. From who? From the desert man, which is the white man. So Nephthys is the one that declares the winner. She's the one that knows, oh, this side is winning, this side is losing. She's literally the one in between. So Asians, as you've always seen them, Asians throughout history, they've always just sided with the person who is winning. They've always just sided with the person who is winning. And that is what the children of Nephthys do, and that is what interracial children do. Interracial children, they're born from both sides. So they will always side with who is winning, no matter what. So they are a mistress. They are like prostitutes. Cannot bank on them. You, if you want them to be on your side, just win, and they will be there. Somebody's asking, when are we going to win? You are not already winning. You know, winning now is from individual level. Charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. Oh, charity begins at home. Okay, welcome. Okay, somebody is Nanya is saying welcome everyone to Sweet Life. Thank you for our amazing subscribers. People who love what I'm teaching, kindly subscribe. Subscribe and join my team. Subscribe, the 600 of you. Can I even get 10 subscribers? Please? Can I get 10 subscribers, please? How do we learn to understand our dreams? Here, join my subscription. Join my subscribers. Somebody's asking. I don't want to talk about people so much, guys. Because I don't know them so much. Somebody's asking, Lord, the crown. Yes, this is what I was using to teach today, so enjoy, guys, enjoy. I love it. You. What if you keep dreaming about tsunamis? It means that there's an emotional tsunami that is coming your way. There's something that is coming to pour emotions on you so much that you will not even believe. So get ready. So the children of Nephthys worship Isis. That is who they worship. At the very cradle of Asian religion or Asian spirituality are the black men and women. And this is why even Russia came out to tell you guys that, oh, by the way, these are what our ancestors used to worship. And who are they? Black people. Black people are the cradle here. In every continent, everywhere, black people are the cradle here. So at the end of the day, anybody who wants to tap into the most ancient versions of themselves, they have to tap back into black people. Hello? Hello? Black people, are you hearing? Are you listening to this thing? You know, some of you, when we talk about these things, you think we are being delusional. Because you disrespect yourself so much, you don't believe that you can be worshipped. Hello? Some of the people of us, those of us who know, we know. If you don't know and you're a black person, I'm sorry. Hello, we are the blueprint. Temptation strong. Those who are last will become first. Those who are spat on are the ones who are going to rule. You are the ones who have the capability to experience the most pain are the ones who naturally have the capability to experience the most happiness. So the most down in pain we tap into. The most bottom of the barrel we hit. the most rock bottom we hit, know that our rise is going to be up to the top of the pyramid. Up to the top of the pyramid. And one thing that I read about Kemet just the other day, Kemet was built in a period of 100 years. Literally a civilization just went there. And you know the people that built Kemet. The Surma, South Sudan. The Surma people of South Sudan went to Kemet, and within a period of 100 years, it was up and running, tapping into the entire world. And that is exactly what we are also going to do. We are also going to build a civilization here in a period, like literally our ancestors were even more slow. 100 years is a lot. Us here, within 50 years, we're going to build a civilization on this particular world that has never been heard of anyway. That's who we are. We drop at the bottom of the barrel and then we rise at the top of the pyramid. That is our story. And to me, it's a beautiful story, yo. Because I know me and my people, we love happiness. We love happiness. We black people, we love happiness. And for you to experience the highest level of happiness, you must be willing to take the highest level of pain. The metaphoric pain that you cannot erase. Even it comes even within childbirth. Before you give birth, the metaphoric pain. And the more pain you tap into, the more gold. So guess what? Somebody's asking, what is your opinion on miscarriage? This is what miscarriage is. Pregnancy is manifestation. Pregnancy is what? Manifestation. So when you get pregnant, it's like you are manifesting something. For you to manifest something from month 1 up to month 9, full term, you must maintain a certain level of vibration. The vibration that you are on when you got pregnant. You must maintain that level of vibration. For example, let's say you want to manifest a car. Let's leave a child alone. You want to manifest a car. You must maintain yourself in that level of vibration of the version of you that has a car. You must, until that car comes into your physical dimension. Anytime you drop in vibration, so much that you stop embodying the version of you that owns that car, and you stop believing in the belief systems that enabled you to start manifesting that car, you miscarry. Anytime you drop in vibration or you rise, you can either drop or you rise, because manifestation can be anything. You can be a woman. For you to get pregnant, your intuition must be convinced with the memory of a man. Your ovum must be penetrated by the sperm of a man. Now, when the memory of a man penetrates your intuition, meaning the sperm of a man penetrates your ovum and convinces you, perhaps they convince you when you are in a certain vibration. And as you continue to live life and find out more with the days going by, you might come into other information that might make you drop in vibration so much that you are no longer a vibrational match to this that you are manifesting. Or you can rise in vibration. Maybe the man lied to you. Maybe he lied to you that he has a car, that he has, money, that he has whatever, and then you find out that he's a riffraff. But you already got pregnant for him. You can rise in vibration so much that you are no longer in alignment with this particular sperm that he gave you. So miscarriage can be good or bad. It is upon you from an individual level to figure out, is it good for me or bad for me? I hope that helps. Every time I think of something, it tends to happen. What could that? It means exactly that, Jamani. You know, some of you know very well you are special. But you want to seek validation. You're just coming here to ask me that, do you think I'm special? I think I'm special. Do you think I'm special? Yes, you are. Okay, go grow it. Go grow it. Sawa. I hope that makes you feel happy. What if you keep dreaming of being in a moving vehicle? That one I don't know, because I don't know what a vehicle stands for in the spirit realm. There are people who see vehicles in the spirit realm. Me, I never even see phones in the spirit realm. I feel like my spirit realm is very ancient. I'm only always seeing just animals and people, probably, and spirits. How to balance my hormones? How do you balance your hormones? 12 houses. Balance your 12 houses. You must balance your 12 houses. These are the hormones. These 12 houses are the hormones. They are the representative of the hormones that protect your heart. Remember, your heart is enclosed in your rib cage, and your rib cage has 12 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night. The left side is represented by the 12 hours a night. The right side is represented by 12 hours a day. Your neck has 7 bones. Representing what? The 7 days of the week. So if you want to tap into your self-support, you must tap into the 7 days a week. Every single day you must wake up to protect yourself, to work towards yourself, to support yourself. So if you use the 7 days a week well, your neck becomes very amazing. So you see some men are daily beings. Men are daily beings, and men are capable of being active every day, every day, every day. And when they are active every day, their neck is capable of transforming in a way that it forms an opal here. So it gives them even more authority. More authority. So it's usually just different parts of your body. White skin dots. What does it mean? Dots, literally dots. Dots, literally dots. Dots, literally dots. Dots, literally dots.